Hi guys. Sorry for the late stream, I'm stupid. I'm sorry guys. What's the song? This is Mario Bros. DS World 7. No, I was playing a level named, it's like Titano Machina. For some reason I don't know why. I just was like, I found some like random YouTube video about it and I was like, oh, that sounds like a good warm-up, and I was in there for like 90 minutes. And literally, because literally every 2 seconds was like this mechanic that I was like, oh, interesting, look at that. And it just kept repeating over and over again, and then nothing ever got done. So now it should be 3 instead of 130. Sorry. Literally, I don't know why. I'm sorry. Whatever. As I said, sync will still be sync. Sync is sync and sync is sync and sync is sync. Supply is sync to the sub. And as sync is sync, let's play sync and here is sync. I guess. Man, this part is easy. Easiest level ever? What? I don't know how that happened like that. I was just like, let's do the entire pre-drop in one attempt. I said this wave is still impossible. So how are you guys? How are we doing on this fine, I don't even know what day of the week it is day? It's probably like... Wait, I'm not looking. Let me guess. What's the last day that I remember being a day, and for what reason? It's probably like Wednesday. Alright, let's see. Thursday? Friday? Why am I asking you guys? You guys aren't gonna help. Wednesday. Okay, it's Wednesday. I was like, these guys are gonna answer honestly. Don't worry. Okay, it's Wednesday. Thank you. Alright, we're looking for a completion today, I think. I think that's the move here. Good. Why didn't I listen to your answer? Because your answer was bad. What if we don't find it? Then we don't find it. It's fine. It's like, we don't always find the answers we're looking for, you know? Don't die at the 86 played like a billion times. No promises? I don't know. Like, it's looking pretty likely, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just completely honestly. I'm willing to bet we died at the 86 at least once. Like, we're not gonna fluke it. At the very least. Thank you for the 100 bits, Nuck Dev. I have no viewpoint. They sound like they're 12, so I don't care. Like, I just don't care about that. I have no words for you. Early stream. It was gonna be a hell of a lot earlier. I'm probably gonna start streaming at like noon, I think. I'm trying to figure out what my like happy medium is. I want to stream for like 6 to 7 hours every day and then eat lunch in the middle. So maybe like 11. I don't know. I slept down a little bit. I woke up at like 11. I want to start waking up at like 10 and then streaming at 11 until like 11 to like 6:30 and then I go grab dinner. That's what I want. But that's like after the big project's over, then I don't have to really care about that anymore, you know what I mean? Why is the rule says go is always at 64? Well, have you ever heard of the human appendix? And how it doesn't have any purpose? But it did once because there were bones we had to digest. We were like animals. So basically, it's like the same thing with that rule. When I was playing Keynotes, the go was just at 60. Like that was when go was at 64. So we kept that around as like a vestigial chat organ. And that's what that is. Dude, I was like so sure my appendix was about to burst the other day. Like, I couldn't walk, dude. And then I realized I just messed up my hip. I had never messed up my hip before, so I was like, this pain is weird. It must be my appendix bursting right now. Or no, I didn't say that, my mom did. My mom was like, your appendix is bursting. And when your mom says that, my brain's like, oh, it's over. My appendix is gonna burst and it's over. I was like, oh great, they finally came all up. Because I couldn't get to my parents for Christmas because of that, you know, that giant snowstorm thing that happened. Do you guys remember that? It wasn't so much the snowstorm that caused it. It was the temperatures going from... So what happened was, for anyone that lives like in the, pretty much anywhere I-90 connects, you know, like anywhere in like New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, anywhere where I-90 connects, you know, what happened was, it was like 60 degrees, 50 degrees, and then all of a sudden, in the span of, unironically, 2 to 3 hours, it dropped from 50 degrees to 20, and then all the way down to like 0. Like, literally all the way there. Thanks, hi, Sirius. And that one, I mean, that's bad, but what's worse is when there's a big rainfall before that happened. And what that did is all the water that was raining just then all froze over and everything became ice world hell. Which, as you can imagine, not good. So all the major highways were just closed. I love my route there. Yeah, no, sinus. If you have sinus pain, just I'm so sorry. I stand with you. I'm the same. I also have really bad sinus pain. Charged broccoli. Thank you for the sub. It was literally like, oh my god, dude. Why am I going all the way back here? I can't do all this like in one go. Also, there's like a hair in my eye, but like not really. Like I probably have like a micro hair in my. Where are you? Ah! Opinion on daily chat? Do you think I go into daily chat? I don't know. Whoa, lady, wait, leave the 18 gifted. 300? Oh my god. Holy. 300. That is more than I ever thought ever would ever. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. I mean, no, not an eyelash. It was like, maybe, actually, an eyelash. Thank you so much for the 18 gifted. That's like, I appreciate it a lot. Like, you know, I don't really like flip out over some stuff like that. So it also says me when someone does genuinely want to support it. Like, really, you know, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. But I'm incapable of like, yeah, I'm not King Samulite. Yeah, I can't like show my excitement that much. But thank you. Like, seriously. That guy's a beast, dude. Like, I watched the stream for like 30 minutes the other day. I was like, what is going on? Like, I was just like, it was just like, you know, it was just like, it was so much. Yeah, it's like years of story, and it's like he sat in a room just like charging up, and now he's just like releasing like a wind-up toy. I don't really get it. I need to make some optimizations to everything because I'm lagging everywhere. So let's fix it. This and this and this and this and this and this. Yeah, well, I don't know what he ate that caused. Yeah, I don't know what happened over there. Like, what the hell? Okay, hi. All right, that should fix it. You know when you're lagging in like the middle part, you're like, I don't know. For those interested in 90, I finally have an update because I'm playing it again actively. I'd say we're getting moderately close to being able to do a really huge run, like dedication to Serenity, the end of Serenity, like Summit. Alright, we're way better than we were. Way better. Exploration, the first time I did it took like a week. I did it 2 times in a row the other day. Like, I'm just better. I'm not the man I was no more, apparently. I did depression to Summit, no problem. I think I can do it consistently too. It's literally just like the first room of depression. If you pass it, you're probably gonna do it if you don't choke something stupid. I did memories to exploration, so I just need to start piecing it together, and that'd be really good. How's the balancing a 90 overall? I'm trying to think of like if it was a level, what would it look like? Now, mind you, whatever level I pick is an indicative of the quality. So basically, the first 10 minutes really easy, and then like the next 20 are very hard. Fun fact though, literally the entirety of what I just said, like the entirety of dedication to Summit is less time than the last segment. That's not a joke. It's literally like 10 minutes shorter. Like what? You'd think that would not be true, but it just is. Yeah, I should play Water Bear at some point. I'm trying to think. So basically, the first 10 minutes really easy. Next 20 minutes, I'd say it gets really hard. Like it spikes to the hardest again. Like Cloud Room, the first Cloud Room is probably the hardest room in the entire thing, probably, honestly. Just in terms of raw difficulty, it's crazy. So Dedication is probably the hardest, and then it kind of goes down into the weeks there slowly. Can't do that part. So, and then it's easy in Summit for a while. Scattering of the Storm is easy when you know what you're doing, or at least when I know what I'm doing, because I got the ending like 18 times, so I'm like the best ever at it now because I literally was doing it on command by the time that I got it, like literally. It's crazy day. Thank you for the sub. So when it gets easy at like trust, so it's like, okay, so first 10 minutes easy, and then it's really hard, and then it slowly starts to get easier until like it gets really, and then it gets really, really easy until the halfway point of the entire map. So think about it in GD terms. The beginning is really easy, and then like 15 to like 35% is really hard, and then it gets really easy until 50%. That's bad. Actually, it's more like 15 to 30%, I'd say, is really hard. But it gets constantly easier until it's just really easy all the way until 50%. And then 50 to 60, because that's, what is 50 to 60? That's when Goodbye the Mountain pops up and Sunrise Running. That's hard. No matter what way you look at it, that's just difficult. I don't know if it's harder than what the 15 to 35 part would be. I'm not actually sure. It'd be a different kind of hard though, which isn't uncommon in levels anyway. Do this run real quick though, because I'm just the best to ever do it. What happened? What happened? What the hell happened? Wait, was that me? Did I like bounce off some weird structure? Like, why couldn't I do that? What happened? No, that literally was not even me though. There's no way, because I literally buffered the click and I still died. I definitely like bounced off some like structure thing. I'm really not sure what happened there. But when I'm actually going for attempts, a lot more time is going to be dedicated to the thing. Yeah, the platinum buried is gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a platinum checkpoint. So hopefully, if you're listening to this and you're the one who's making the platinum checkpoint, don't make it that hard, okay? You know what I mean? Like, we've done enough, so relax. Okay, 2 hours in. Just think about it like this: 2 hours of not dying. That's like exactly how long it takes to get to the end. Like, you just need to not make it that hard, in my opinion. Like, just don't, no. Scary. I didn't finish my level difficulty explanation thing. No. No, that means something to me. I got the Grandmaster Rainbow Berry. I'm not that unskilled with like that sort of gameplay. I still do it. Okay, like I did ultra difficult, I did Heart of the Storm, I did all that. BS. Unless the standards of what are expert and grandmaster have changed, which would make sense, but also nothing's come out, so it wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like when Strawberry Jam then comes out, then maybe we could shift the standards, but it's like something has to come out in order for the standards to change. It's stupid. So okay, so let's say like 55%, because the middle point of 90 is in between Scattered Meteor of the Storm. So 55% to like 70%. Not quite 70%. Oh, okay, 55 to 65 is just brutally difficult. I don't know if it's as hard as 15 to 30, but it's probably around that difficulty. I imagine it being around the same. And then, yeah, 90 is definitely mostly expert and mixed grandmaster. Yeah, like that makes sense in my head. So yeah. So it's really hard. And then the second depression checkpoint, not what it's called, but I forgot what it's called. It's like I literally don't remember what it's called. What is it called, bro? I don't know. The other one. I don't know. It's like called like heart beating, maybe. I don't know. That's kind of hard, but it's not as hard as the stuff before it. And that probably goes until like 70%. Because okay, no. No, not Trust. That's the second. I mean, like the one after Goodbye the Mountain. The thing with the Parting and True Love is even though they're 2 checkpoints, they both last like 3 minutes compared to the other ones. They're just not very long. You know what I mean? Okay, actually, I'd say like when Sunrise Running begins, that's 50% actually. So 50% to, I'd say 60%. That's Goodbye the Mountain and Sunrise Running. And then 60 to 70% is second depression checkpoint. It's called something else. I don't remember what it is. Chili, thank you for the sub. That's that, and then Parting and True Love, and that's all easier. So 50 to 60 really hard, 60 to 70 still kind of hard, you know what I mean? And then 70 to 100 is very easy because that's the last checkpoint. It's really easy in terms of rideability. So to recap, finally, I calculated it all in my head. It's the level, if we're talking in terms of balancing. First 15% really easy, 15 to 30 really hard, 30 to 50 really easy, 50 to 60 very hard, 60 to 70 pretty hard, 70 to 100 easy. What level fits that? I can't think of one. That's too specific. But it's a long map, you kind of have to be a little bit specific with it, you know? Okay, that's the second time. I tried to go high to avoid, like, structured whatever, and then didn't happen. I don't know if there is a level that fits what I just said. It might just not exist. But it was fun in my head to work out the 90 balancing, so I had fun doing that, I guess. You're going highest precisely why I died. I know, but I was trying to avoid whatever happened last time. Where I just, like, didn't do it. Like, it just didn't happen. For some reason, I don't actually get why. Picking up when I'm putting down. That was the expression. Last time was also because I was too high? I mean, I hope you're right, because otherwise, doesn't Limbo have that balancing? I wouldn't call 0 to 15 really easy, or 50 to 60 really hard. So no. Zodiac? Oh no, it's too easy until 40. If 90 had genuine Zodiac balancing, I'd lose on mine, I think. It'd be like 40 minutes of like no difficult gameplay. Oh my god. Slaughterhouse? Wait. But the ending's hard. Slaughterhouse is the closest we've gotten because like 0 to 15 is free, and then it gets really hard, and then it slowly goes down in difficulty. And then you get to River, and it's super hard, and then it slowly goes down in difficulty. But the ending is too hard of Slaughterhouse. Otherwise, it'd literally be perfect. Like if the ending was for some reason way easier than the stuff before it, then it would work out. That was good though. I'll go low this time. Yeah, okay. Dude, oh, come on, man. Jesus, I just want to play from the beginning, bro. Annoying right now because of this. Of course, that can happen too. What is that? Is that the one, like, death metal layout for 2.2? Because that made me want to throw up so bad. I will not. 2.2 is my end, guys. I don't know. Or at least any content that I make is probably gonna, like, I'm probably gonna be like... It's probably how Troy feels. You know what I mean? Like when Mario Kart 8 came out, like he'll play it occasionally for a video, but he just plays Mario Kart 8 all the time. That's probably what I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna like only play 2.1 and then occasionally make a 2.2 video if like something cool is in there. I really like one of the things that draws me to 90 is the fact that the ending is so easy. Like, it's just like, you get there and your fate is entirely in your hands. Like, it's really all up to you here if this is happening or not. Like, it's not, no unfair choke point is gonna kill you. It's you. After all of this, it comes down to you. Which is terrifying, but also beautiful to me. I just actually had it. 2 hours, yeah. I current. It'll stay at 2 hours. I'm not gonna be like major skip sound or anything. I'm so glad Monica lets us keep the 2 dashes. No. I literally talked to Monica. I was like, Monica, please. I didn't say. I was just like, yo, are we keeping the double dash skip thing? And she was like, sure. And I was like, I was so happy. It was like the best day ever right there. I don't know. All I know is that when the skip was found, we asked Monica and she was like, yeah, we'll keep it. So unless you randomly decided to undo that. In which case, F, I guess. Go low. Guys, I finally did it. No! Damn it! Can't do the drop, bro. I'm just gonna go over there and practice it. I don't know what else to do, man. Fred Meister, thank you for the sub. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Doggy was really busy. It'll come out when it comes out. I don't think Cold Sweat compares very well. If I had to guess. I've never like went out of my way to listen to Vocaloid, but whenever it comes up, maybe I don't usually hate it. But that's also in the context of the game. comes the autism. Whether or not a song is like, a song can be good, but for it to be like something I'm constantly listening to, I have to like be able to like imagine like a story about the song and like see these characters interacting in these ways. And it's like, unless it can do that in some meaningful way to me, I can't truly enjoy a song. Like, and that's just how it is. For all the songs I really like, I have stories or levels I imagine in my head, or like battles or something, you know what I mean? Like that was something I loved to do like back when I was in high school. Because what I would do during high school is like there was this walk I'd take. I was teaching the elementary school kids about stuff. I was like a teacher's assistant or something. And every day after like second period, I'd walk down to the elementary school and I had like 5 minutes to just like walk and listen to music. So I would like put on like a song that was like exactly that long, and I'd walk and I'd like imagine this like battle scene or like story or something, and it's just like it had to go that way. I can think of one just off the top of my head. Has anyone ever heard of Reign of Amethyst by Camila? Because that's I don't want to say obscure song because it's by Camila. Not like by Camila makes it like obscure. But it's like, I saw this level so vividly in my head. I was like, damn, I wish I could do it, but I can't. So I guess it'll just remain as something that's in my head forever. But like, I imagine this amethyst jungle that you like slowly comes into view, and like as the song progresses, the sun starts to come up or whatever, you know, and then like the first drop comes in and you get like shot into this cave, like there's some like natural disaster, so you have to get like shot into this cave or whatever. And so it's like the first drop, you're like in the cave and you're like, there's like amethyst gemstones and other various such things going around, you know, and then as you get to the surface, like the ash in the sky clears a little bit and it becomes really, oh yeah, it's important to like, watch this. I just want you to, like, I'm going to listen to the song. I just want you guys to, like, close your eyes and imagine what I'm thinking. Because I swear to this thought, I swear I could get it across to someone. I need to just, like, hold on. I just want to try to see if I can, like, I don't know, like, drill this thought into another human being. Let's see if it's possible. Are you guys ready? Just everyone get ready. Get in a comfortable place, you know, close your eyes. And get ready. And then I'll explain what I want you to think as we go on, and let's see if it's even possible. All right, here we go. All right, black screen slowly starting to fade in to like a jungle, and it's mostly purple. You know, there's like little raindrops everywhere. Cube part, mini cube. You know, it's jumping around on these like small blocks. You're in the purple jungle. Everything's very vibrant and glowing and such, you know. Maybe even hit a mega portal there. Maybe get a little bit bigger. And no typing. Just enjoy the experience. Alright. So there's a cloud range above your head, and you're about to shoot up into it. So get ready for that. You're about to go into a ship above there. Everything's starting to build intensity. Now you're in the cloud range. You can see a volcano in the background. The sky is a beautiful hue of like orange and purple, you know? I'll turn it down a little bit so you can have my voice. You're in the sky flying around. Some objects you have to avoid, you know? Kind of looks like tropical with a bit of like surrealist colors like purple and such, you know what I mean? So you shoot back down, now you're back in the jungle area, you know? The intensity's about to build. You can see the clouds are forming. You're about to shoot into a cave because you have to go underground. Okay, now we're in a cave. And it's like faster gameplay, you know what I mean? There's like amethyst. You ever play Hollow Knight? You know there's like amethyst, like crystals. There's stuff like that happening down here, you know? You can imagine whatever gameplay you want here, but it's usually pretty fast. A lot of game modes changing. Cool here, obviously. Use the cloud for this. I love doing this sort of thing, yeah. I know, wouldn't that be so cool? Yeah, the song is the baseline for me. Alright, we're coming out of the cave. We're slowly coming out of the cave. Okay, this is us slowly coming out of the cave. It's really dark because of the ash clouds. You're starting to see more elements of the jungle as you're starting to get back up. You know how Minecraft caves, there's like some dirt and stuff like that. So you're starting to get back up. It's still really dark when you're about to shoot into the clouds again. Now you're back on the surface level, you know? Back up here, nothing is moving at all. It's the most serene experience ever. It's like really bright. It's like after a storm, you know how everything looks really bright? It's like that right now. Flying around. It's about to get very intense, though. The volcano in the background is starting to look a little unstable, you know what I mean? You're back on the ground, and things are starting to build in intensity. The volcano in the background looks like it's about to erupt. Things are dying down a little bit. They're about to die down. Pay attention to how, like, uneasy the objects in the jungle look. They look like something bad is about to happen. Dark and it starts to lighten up. Volcano in the background is getting really... It's about to erupt. I don't think this is possible for anyone to ever make, but whatever. It's still vivid in my head. Alright, it's about to explode. You're now running from a volcano eruption. Think Dino Run if you ever played that. And like those colors are black. You know when you got close to the volcano and like stuff is starting to look, like stuff is just breaking all over the place. You're in like a thunderstorm. Rain is thundering down. Thunder occasionally. Still purple though. You're still in the jungle. Now you shoot into the cloud range again. You shoot into the cloud range, but now it's still thundering, and there's like meteors and other pieces of rock falling down that you have to avoid. But you're in the cloud because it's this part of the song again. You know what I mean? You're dodging all the pieces of debris and such. You can see the volcano erupting. Debris flying everywhere and you're barely avoiding it. Straight fly through debris. Bam, down in the jungle again. Still thundering. Actually, no, now you're back in the cave. You just fell all the way down into the cave again, but there's still elements of the eruption happening around you. Like, it's not like completely cave, like you can see stuff falling in from the sky above it. And this is like the first drop. So you're in the cave again, but it's after the second drop. So there's elements of the second drop in the first drop in the cave. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Whatever my brain made. Still in this cave. The gameplay is very like explosive. There's like the sky above, not the sky. The cave ceiling is literally falling in places. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you're still being chased by stuff, like some sort of lava or something like that. Intensity build a little bit, but you're about to shoot out. Bam. You shoot in, completely black. It slowly starts to fade into that first scene that we saw at the beginning of the song. That, like... You know when, like... Okay, so the sun is about to set. So the sun was rising in the beginning, but now the sun is setting because it's the end of the day. But it's still that, like, serene, vibrant purples and that slow cue part. So the sun is slowly going down. The volcano is erupted, but it's over now. Sun is slowly setting. You can see how the sun is reflecting off the... Not reflecting, but it's making the purples look a certain way. Final jump right there. And then you just, like, glide along this, like, purple landscape for a little bit as it slowly fades away and it's over. And that's what... As, like, I was just listening to the song one day and I was just like, what? Like, it was just like... it's just like, what the hell? And it was just like, I don't know where that came from. But that's Random Amethyst. Very cool song. And that's what I like to do with songs. And if a song doesn't do something like that for me, then it doesn't, like, I don't know, it doesn't make it to that level for me. You know what I mean? Anyway. Tangent aside. I noticed it before anyone says anything. I don't want to hear it. Chat. I see it. There we go. Oh, it works now. That's what I believe levels should be like, though. Telling a story through a song. I know, like when I saw that, I'm like, I need to learn how to create, but then I was like, wait, I can't do that, so it's over. Alright, apologies for the autism burst. I feel more comfortable expressing, like, things like that now that I know that I have autism. And I'm like, okay, I have more grounds for this. I'm not just completely crazy, you know what I mean? Because, like, it's not like I've, like, gotten worse. Like, I've always been exactly this way. I'm just, like, thought, I don't know if this thought's ever getting across to anyone. Maybe I should just chill. You know what I mean? But yeah, there you go. Sync by Ryan and more. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. I don't think that will ever be a real level, though. At least not the way it looks in my head. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. That just doesn't make any sense. What, the sing song? This is my new big project. Like, how am I gonna make that happen? I don't know how to use the editor. I don't know how to do that. It can't happen. There's no way that I have a way to express my ways in the way that you think I can. Yeah, no, that's the thing. If we were able to just directly copy what happened in your brain into a level, we could make, like, the best level of all time, like, 20 times over. It's just crazy. Like, just every day would be the next best level that the world has ever seen, just over and over and over again.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
I can't imagine making a level without some sort of atmosphere. I don't get what the point is at that point. You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, that's so that is a Geometry Dash level. Is the atmosphere and what it makes you feel. That's what I like about this.
Space Shuttle way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Yeah, level with no coherent theme just kind of exists. Should you watch me or Attack on Titan? Well, the Attack on Titan you can watch anytime. Can you watch me anytime? Yeah. Oh, I love Well Rested. Oh my god, did I love Well Rested, dude. Alright, I wasn't shitting when I played that. I didn't, for some reason, I was like, oh, this level, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it or whatever. Then I just played it one day and I was like, I've listened to this song probably like 2,000 times since then. It's like, it literally blew my mind. Like, it just completely shattered my everything.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
I was so over. But I listened to that. And we will be well rested when the ascension comes. Like it's like yes, you know what I mean? It's just yes. Everything about that song and level is perfect. Even just the one line, and we will be well rested when the ascension comes. Like the like it's like so like my brain's just like yes, keep repeating it, and then they keep repeating it. It's like, you know, it's just yes.
Space Shuttle Discovery still.
Yeah, the drop is just like it's just like unsurvivable, like literally.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Yeah, definitely gotta watch Well Rested if you haven't. I do recommend. Well, yeah, it's just like it goes for anything, you know what I mean? Well, actually, not for everything. You would think it would, but like I just immediately thought of a counterexample: food. You can know literally everything about what someone likes about food, and just randomly there'll be a food they don't like, and that happens to me too.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
Like food is like such like a, it's just like every food is completely random whether or not you like it or not. For some reason. The only constant is that if you like a lot of foods, you like a lot of foods. And then if you don't like a lot of foods, you're not going to like a lot of foods for some reason. So some people have a greater chance of liking a new food than another person, but that's like all I can say about it. There's like no correlation between anything for some reason. Nobody liked every condiment? I can't even think of a condiment I dislike, to be honest. I love this level. I have no qualms. Okay, and you know what I've been doing. I can play anything right now and be like, yes! Best thing ever! It's so, you know what I mean? Like, you know. Like, anything right now is just gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so happy to be playing this and all that.
Still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
The world, if I ever pass that wave, though, like, I really need to... I should literally just do that wave like 3 times right now. Because that is the only reason nothing is happening right now. It's just I get to that wave and I die, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Let's do the exact same thing over and over again until time ends. And then I do. So let's go rectify that, maybe, if I can.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
It's that easy, really. By that easy, I mean it's very difficult. Or I'd be stopping A on air. I mean, like, I'm all for it, but like, why? What was the yeah, what's the expression? The straw that broke the camel's back? Because that's definitely not it. I definitely just combined two, didn't I? My brain was like, no, that's not how it goes. You're combining two because that's something with the camel, and that's the last straw. And then I combined the two, and there's definitely a real one. It's not that. What was the thing that broke the camel's back? Does anyone know this expression? I don't know what the real answer is to this. It was the saying? What? No way, I was right. I guess I win. In my brain, I was like, well, the last straw is another phrase, so there's no way they both contain straw and both mean the same thing, so. My brain just, like, eliminated that possibility. Like, no, there's no way. Can't have two of them like that.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Map packs are alright. A lot of them just don't work very well on 360, which is fair. They're just old, that's all.
Space Shuttle Discovery,
it's like watching old movies. Like, there's still value to them. There's just a lot of things that are missing that make new movies good. A lot of the times. Like, you know, not racism is a common thing I notice when I watch old movies. There's a good bit of racism in there. And misogyny. That's a much bigger one. There's a lot of misogyny in those. You know, pretty much in every movie made before, like, 1970. It's a rather large helping of misogyny. But they're still, like, enjoyable to watch. Because, you know, they're made for the time. Just like the levels are made for the time. So they're good in their time. They're not insane demons, they're just easy. Like, they're just difficult mechanic-wise, but, like, if you're good at the game, they don't take any time.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
I really don't want to throw that. I was like, please. Will anything in the movies today become problematic? I don't know. I mean, we're not in the future, so we can't know, I guess.
Discovery, still on its way to orbit after
I don't think it's gonna be like how the old movies were, though. I think that where we're at right now as a society is much more, like, I don't see how much, like, I think we're kind of where we're gonna be. You know what I mean?
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after...
Dirk is right. The only thing is, I think movies in the future are just going to be generally better at, like, LGBTQ representation and that sort of stuff. Like, it's not going to feel as forced. You know what I mean? I imagine it'll be to the point where it's just been around long enough that it's just, like, going to be much more natural. You know what I mean?
Orbit after a ascent.
Yeah, that's the thing. The problem is just it feels so unnatural, and it's like, it feels like they, like, were given, like a thing that said they had to do it. You know what I mean? Instead of just, this character is. It is. That is, like, the whole thing, usually. And then it's just kind of like, No, it'll come naturally eventually. It happened with, like, misogynistic stuff, you know what I mean? Ford is better than no rep? I guess. But then it just, like, it gives people the idea that that's all that it's gonna ever be, I guess. You know what I mean?
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
I should really try passing that wave today. Honestly, every time romance comes up in a movie, I feel like I'm like Data in Star Trek or something. I just like don't get it. And it makes me kind of sad every time. I'm like, oh, I'm not human.
Space shuttle Discovery.
I'm a robot. I
on its way
forgot.
to orbit after a ascent.
That's very unfortunate. I mean, no. There's definitely movies. There will always be movies that indulge in some racism. And, well, racism, like, not as commonly, but, like, definitely misogyny. Yeah, for sure. There is very little acceptable racism that you see. Like, people, like you rarely ever see racism. People are like, yeah, that's fine. Like, in like, any circle except for, like, weird 4chan Twitter threads. You know what I mean? Like, places like that. Other than that, it's pretty much... You're not gonna find a lot of super racist media that isn't. You have to like you'd have to like go out of your way to be like, I'm racist. Let me look for this. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good.
Space shuttle Discovery. Still.
I'd say that's probably the biggest thing on my pros list, though, is, like, you can't, like, the Virgin thing is, like, an easy win for me. It's like, I have a 100% success rate against that argument.
On its way to orbit after a,
but, also, at the same time, I can't enjoy stuff like romance, so. You don't really figure out you're asexual. It's more just like it never happens, and then you're like, strange. And then eventually you're just kind of like, okay, it's never gonna happen. You're right. It will never happen. No argument. I am asexual. I don't know what else to tell you.
Space shuttle Discovery,
I don't know why. I wish I wasn't, but I've had so many conversations about this with like my friends and stuff like that.
Space shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit.
They'll say they wish they were me because then they wouldn't have to worry about it. They wouldn't have to get into all this like drama and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Oh, you think I gave up? Let me tell you a quick story. Dude, so I was in high school, right? And there was this girl that liked me, and I didn't realize this until many years later, because I didn't get it, because like it never crossed my mind as like something that would be a thing. Like it was apparently super annoying to my friends, because like they would like, she would keep giving me these clues, and like they would just fly directly past my face every single second. And it was just like a constant flow of this, like, every time at lunch they'd be like, hey, did you notice this thing? And then I was like, no. Like, I feel kind of bad, but like, it just didn't register. Like, but one of my biggest fears, still, is like, I hate for someone to get like really into me for whatever reason, then I can't reciprocate. I've always thought about that. Like, that is genuinely one of my biggest fears in life. Because like, at least from what I've heard, like, romantic feelings are such an intimate, like, I don't even know what the word is, but it's like, have I never watched, I mean, I get romance from, like, look, it's hard to understand if you can't, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, you can have someone describe colors to you, I guess, but how do you, like, Unless you see them. There's like a layer there that you just don't get, you know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Because it was like, people, like, people would like play with my hair. They'd be like, "Oh, this is so," and I'd be like, "This is normal. This is what happens when people like." I just like didn't. That was like a big thing for me. That never made it into my brain. Is like, oh yeah. No, it's just like, yeah, no. People love playing with my hair. It's so interesting. I was not picking up on that for whatever reason.
Still on its way.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why I didn't think... I don't know. It was weird. The roads, thank you for the raid.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I get it, like, in a certain way. Because, from the outsider's perspective, I looked like a rather confident individual who was also into sports. I wasn't, but on stage I looked like I was, you know what I mean? Because it's easy when you're on stage, because you know how the conversation's gonna go. You had the script. Literal conversation script. It's easy. Auto conversation. Do not lie. Okay, I won't lie.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Do it. Thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, I can, Jack Smack. I got better at that, like, recently. Like, I'm able to discern whether someone's attractive or not. Usually. I kind of get, so, like, the thing is, like, you look for a partner that has, like, qualities that you think would be good. I think a lot of people, like, their subconscious are looking for people with qualities that'd be good for, like, childbearing and stuff like that. I think that's how it works, like, scientifically. You're, like, looking for qualities that would be, like, and someone... But a lot of it's also just, like, that plus, like, stuff I do get, like you know, like, why you would want to be friends with someone, you know what I mean? But there's, like, that other layer on there that I don't get. But, like, a lot of the reasons that people want to be in, like, a romantic relationship with someone are the same reasons that I would want to be friends with someone or anyone would want to be friends with anyone. You know what I mean? There's a lot of similarities. There's just, like, these few other things. But at the end of the day, it's all just human connection, you know what I mean? I may not be able to get, like, all of it, but I'm pretty sure I get most of it. I understand how it feels to connect with a human being and, like, have those moments where you feel like someone really gets you, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like peak friendship. That's as close as I've ever gotten to it. But it's awesome. I love it. You know what I mean? Lando, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, what else do you really do in that situation, you know? If they're gonna communicate in that way, you gotta communicate in the same wavelengths, you know what I mean? I mean, it makes sense, right? If you're like if someone's giving out a signal, they're gonna look for other signals that you're giving back to you, right? Because then that's how it all works, right? That's like when you have a crush on someone, that's kind of how it works, because you're giving off these signals, and you're trying to see if they have any signals back, so you're trying to communicate in a way that isn't, like, awkward for either of you. Because then you don't have to actually say the words out loud, I'd imagine, is how it works. From the things I've seen. I think it's a pretty good description, actually. I'm happy with that description.
Still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Ah! Right, that's fair, yeah. God, I miss acting. I know I've told this story before, but like, this is the day where like we were sitting. I was sitting in the giant ass. Okay, so I was at a private school. It wasn't that big, but the gymnasium was for some reason like the most massive room of all time. It could store like, I don't know, like 2,000 people in it, and it frequently did because that was like where all the families of everyone gathered for like stuff. I don't know why it was so large, but it was a rather large place, and that's where we would put on our shows usually. We had a black box that we do like more like, you know, niche shows, I guess is the word for it, you know. And in that giant gymnasium, you know, I was sitting down, I was really tired, and I was waiting for like the award show. I got like 2 hours of sleep that night. I remember because I was like, it doesn't matter because it's an award show. It doesn't matter what you know, I'm just sitting in a room. I'm probably gonna fall asleep anyway. It doesn't matter. And then I'm sitting in my chair, and one of the people. So we just did a play. We did a play actually in the black box, so not even on the main stage at all. Someone goes up to me, and was like, "We need you backstage." And I'm like, "Me? Like me? Like I wasn't like I didn't know that I was involved in this. I was just like sitting in it. Like, are you sure this isn't someone else's responsibility? Whatever this is." So I go backstage, and there's the entire cast of the play I just did, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is now like this is happening right now." And they're like, "Oh, I thought we told you." They did not tell me that. Like there was no telling me that was ever gonna be happening there. So they were just like, "All right, we're gonna do the show right now on the stage." And then I was like, "Okay, let's do it." And then we just did the show, and it was awesome. I was like in the zone. I was like, "Let's do it right now," and it was insane. There was like no prep time, but sometimes that just makes the best situations ever. Like I was just like, the absurdity of the situation just like turned me on. You know what I mean by that? Like it was just so absurd that my adrenaline started pumping, and I was just like, I'm gonna be the best actor of all time right now. And it was a great show. It was awesome. I don't think that I have a great voice for voice acting. I think that when I act, I'm better at physically moving my body in ways that express what I'm trying to say in ways that go beyond words. Or at least that's what I was, I don't want to say raised to do, but that's what I was taught in acting class, is how to do that. Can I get fart? No, apparently. For some reason I can't. I don't know why. The answer is no. I'll try. This attempt, I'm sweating. Never mind. It's over. But yeah, sorry. I know you guys have already heard that story before. It's not that interesting. I've already heard it. But it just made me think about that.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a...
Yeah. Even if I did voice acting, you know I'd be in the studio with like, we're doing this and this and this and all these like other expressions like, oh, because it's just like, it would help me then get into character more, I'd feel like. Yeah, it's mostly like 0 to like 20. It's like really brutal in this level. If the whole level was this difficult, it'd be like top 40 probably. Like if it was all as hard as this pre-drop. It also helps that I'm not focusing on it at all. That would probably be like a good thing to do if I wanted to try to beat it. That's why it takes me forever to beat anything, dude. Other than the fact that I just kind of generally suck at the game. I'm just like, also I just get so distracted talking about this and that. For some reason I have to. I'm like, we need to talk about this and this and this. And it's like, I don't know, it just like goes forever.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Damn it! I was sweating that when I was like, I'm gonna do it. Sorry, I know that can make me a frustrating streamer to watch because your streamer kind of sucks when he's really deep into the conversational.
Still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Ah, damn it, dude. Unfortunate. The timing's hard. I do miss that high school though. That's fun. That was an interesting time in my life. But I wasn't very mature either though. The thing is, I don't know how good I had it. You know what I mean? But I guess we all look back and think I wasn't like 9th grade, 10th grade. So. No one's really asking me to be that mature. No one's expecting me to be like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about my decisions and how they relate to everyone. Like, no one's really expecting that.
Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
But I still just kind of feel bad for stuff I did, like looking back at it. But don't we all? I don't think anyone's expected to look back at their past and be like, "Yep, that was all good, awesome job, me, no mistakes." SS, like, no, I'm sure we've all had these things we look back and we're just like, why? But you know what? That's also emotional maturity, admitting that you've made mistakes and that you're not a perfect version of you, and that you'll never be a perfect version of you, and that's okay. $2,000 demons. I'm almost there. I'm pretty much almost there. Just like, 1,800 to go or whatever.
Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
It's not about bullying your past self. It's just like, thank you for 100 bits, Lando. I'm good. I don't think I need to be as loud as that would make me. It's not about like, I'm not like ashamed of my past self because I know my past self didn't know everything I know now. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm like, oh, you idiot, you stupid idiot, how could you have done this? It's like, you don't know yet. You have to go through some of these experiences to learn, because that's how being a human is. All I can be is me now, and know that I'll look back and I'll be like, I wish you knew this, but you didn't, so it's fine. And as long as I'm always trying my best to become a version of me that I'm better than the one before, then I think it's all gonna be alright. Am I confident in my ability to get into character? Yes, very much. No, that's the thing, yeah. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't make certain decisions and did the stuff I did. I like where I am today, so that's another reason I don't hate past me. This was all a part of the process from the very beginning.
Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
No, it's not. It didn't happen. Well, I mean, maturity and growth is not a solid line that goes up. It's not like you can't like apply the point slope equation or whatever to it. Like you're not gonna find an equation that matches it, or whatever this thing is called. I think it's that.
Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Especially because, like, for me at least, in 2019, I was going to that high school that I was talking about. And I was like improving a lot in various things, and then two things happened at the same time. One, we moved to a new city, and two, my grass allergies started getting really bad. So what happened was, my growth kind of collapsed upon itself because I was stuck in the basement for 2 years, and I regressed a lot in a lot of ways. My relationship with my parents became worse because I was becoming more unruly. It wasn't very good. I didn't have all the things I needed at that time to grow. And a lot of, like, emotions that I wasn't really aware that I felt were kind of eating away at me and, like, decaying me as a person. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how important it was to me to socialize and get outside and that sort of stuff until I didn't And even then, I was just like, oh, I'm just going through a bad time. I'll be fine. And then, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize what I needed to actually get out of that. It's not what I had, or not what I was doing. And then you'll have years where nothing changes. Yeah. Where you're the exact same as you entered it from when you left it. And it's like, I guess I'm still me. Let's go.
Space shuttle discovery.
Despite everything, it's still you. Exactly. I think my biggest takeaway this year, in terms of like who I am, is like my subconscious probably knows more than my conscious does, and I should just listen to it more. My conscious is really good at rationalizing things that I don't want to do, but whatever my gut feeling is usually the one that's gonna make me the happiest in the long term, you know? But if I don't want to do, my brain's like, oh, well, I'm going to come up with this reason to provide your brain with the chemicals that are going to make you do this and this and this so that you don't do it. But no, you have to ignore it and just whatever my subconscious says, just go, do it. You need to do it. For me, my gut feeling is just the part of my brain that isn't the one that's talking. It's how I... That's what a gut feeling is. Even it's not the gut, it's just the other part of the brain. The subconscious. Everything that isn't the ego.
Space shuttle discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
The problem is that like 80% of the stuff that goes through the subconscious is written in like assembly code and you can't read it. That's the problem with it. And conscious, you can hear everything so clearly, you know what I mean? So your brain's like, oh, this is the one that matters because I can understand everything it's saying.
Space shuttle discovery still on its way to orbit after a...
I'm glad my stream's able to be that for you, you know? A place to just chill and hang out and talk about various this and that's. Your stomach has a big effect on the brain. I mean, in what way? Because like if I get hungry, I know that it's a big effect on my brain. Oh, I know the effect that causes. I get so unruly if I haven't eaten, bro. I'll take a lost in bridge like before I eat, and I'll just be like, it's over. I'm just gonna take one and just throw it out the window. And then like the same exact thing will happen after dinner. I'll be like, oh, it's fine. All good. You know, life's just like that sometimes. You know, it's just like it's such a violent difference in my response. That's also why I want to start eating a meal while I stream, because a lot of the time I get so angry on stream, it's just because I'm hungry. Like I was so hungry at the end of my stream. You know what I mean? That's another thing, like, my conscience was like, oh, you'll be able to control it, it's fine, you should just stop being such a loser and just control it. No, subconscious is telling me, you're hungry, you can't operate like this, so I'm gonna start lashing out, so everyone has to deal with it now. And that's one of the biggest things I learned. I was like, oh, probably shouldn't be doing that anymore. So that's why I want to start eating a meal on stream. I want to start feeling good when I'm streaming. I want to be like, yes, I'm full, and I'm happy, and I'm ready to do this thing, you know what I mean? That's important to me to start doing in the future. Yeah, food is so cool. Also high ox. I get angry really easily, unfortunately. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's like anger issues. I just, I don't know. I don't get angry at people, I just get mad. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I'm never, like, blaming anyone for anything. Even, like, regardless of, like, blame myself. Sometimes I just get mad, dude. Like, just overall at certain things. That's why I've been trying to limit like my exposure to like negative media because I don't need it. It's just gonna make me really upset. Usually, I'll be like, oh, why is this not like this? Why are they doing this? Why? And it's just like, oh yeah, if you get so hungry that your hungriness goes away, that's scary. That's when you need to eat 100% because then you're gonna start feeling worse and worse. I think it's just like, it's less that I get really angry and just I feel emotions really strongly because of who I am. Like, I can't really control them very well, my emotions. That's good, yeah. Now, something I've noticed, it's like,
still on its way to orbit after
no matter like what's up with you mentally, like your emotions and stuff like that, it's like, you can have the exact same mental problem and just have a completely different emotional, like, balance. Especially something like autism, because it's less than, like, there's no, like, book for what's, like, when you have autism, it's not gonna be like, here's the specific things that are gonna happen to you. Like, no, everyone has, like, a different, like, list of events that occurs to them, and it's just, like, that's how it is. Because, once again, autism is just a label we assign to a certain kind of thing we don't really understand, but we kind of understand, so we just, like, put it in a category, and we're like, this is what this is, but it's not, we don't know anything, really. I am very good at meditation, yeah. I actually just, like, the other day, I was interested in doing it. I was able to just, like, but it's not about that. It's not like I was able. It's just like you do it or you don't. It's a little bit of an ego thing, kind of, but I've worked so hard on my mental that something like that, I'm already kind of at one with myself in that way. Like, I'm able to just sit there for, like, hours doing nothing, just sitting upright, breathing in and out, only focusing on that. My mental is very developed in that way. And it feels awesome. I really like it. I just usually don't have the time for it. Like, to do that. Because when I like doing it, I like doing it for, like, a long period of time. It doesn't really work very well for me if I'm just doing it for, like, 10 minutes. Like, I can, but, like, I just want to, like, get into that state. You know what I mean? Where I'm just, like, that's all I'm doing forever. Because when you're really meditating, you're not thinking about, like, oh, I wonder if we're getting close to the time where it's over. You know what I mean? You're gone. You're just, it's so hard to describe with words. But yeah, I think of it less as like an ego thing and more just like I kind of had to. I'm just not very skilled in a lot of physical ways. In fact, I'm behind most. I took a long while to develop a lot of physical stuff. Started walking like way after everyone else. Motor skills are just not too solid for me. Just in general, my drive is so large that I was going to find a way to keep up with it. I had to find a way to keep up with it, or I was never going to be happy. So and that's the crazy thing about the human mind and body. It's just like, all right, so you really want to do this, and you have to, so we're going to make it happen. What? Like, are we all anime characters? Like, why can we even do that? Like, that is weird. Think about that for a second. Why? Why am I capable of doing that? Who cares? The only thing that should matter, like evolution. We go all the way here. All that matters is the evolution is that I could reproduce and that we can survive. Why the hell is my brain capable of adapting such a modern desire? You know what I mean? Like, what? But it can, so it's awesome, you know what I mean? It's just weird to think about, man. Yeah, like, why? I feel like my life is so, I don't want to say, like, it's so weird to say, but, like, I feel like my life is so rich and it has purpose to me, even though I have evolutionarily no purpose. Why? Like, why? Shouldn't I just, like, be miserable all the time? But no.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
I stopped asking why I have these goals, and I'm just like, I have these goals, let's do it, you know what I mean? Let's do it. Embrace the absurdity, you know? I don't know why things are like this, but I like that I get this chance to experience such a weird niche thing. It's just, yes, you know? I'm so lucky to be alive in me and be able to have conscious thoughts and to talk to you guys about the conscious thoughts I have while you all give me money that I use to survive to continue doing the same thing. Like, what kind of life is that? So the universe just randomly put particles together and this is what's happening now? A part of the universe is like talking to other parts of the universe as it's giving them money so that part of the universe can continue talking to me. Like, what? Sorry. Weird. But awesome. So this is really all we are, isn't it? We're just parts of the universe that are like conscious and then can understand that it's a part of the universe. And that's it. It's so weird. God. That's why I don't know, I literally, in my head, I find it, how can people get, I'm 20, how can people like get into my position and then be ungrateful? That is the one part about the human mind I never understood. How can you, I guess, like I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. It's words can never describe how lucky I am. I get to do this and it's just, like, what? How can you get in my position and then be ungrateful and be like, you guys all suck and I'm gonna do things to hurt you guys and take advantage of you guys? Like, how? How does that happen ever? I don't get it. Like, I guess it all comes to like, you get to a point and like your success and there's like two paths, you know what I mean? There's like the rainbow cloud land and there's like evil land. You guys see that meme? It's like, you either come to the conclusion that you got here because you're really lucky and you should embrace this chance and just do the best you can to help other people also get into a lucky position and just make the world around you a better place. Or you could take the evil route and be like, well, I deserve it because I'm better than everyone, so that's why I have all this attention, and so I'm above them, so I deserve to be able to take advantage of them, and they're all useless compared to me. You know what I mean? Like, there's people who take that path. And it's just like, I don't know how. But they do. When was the last time I played a hard demon? I'd say this is a pretty hard demon. So in case you're wondering, this whole time I've been trying to think the last time I legitimately played a hard demon. And I don't know. That is not a difficulty I find myself coming back to very often. I'll say that much. I don't play piano. Like, my parents tried to get me into it when I was like 3, but I lacked the motor skills to move my fingers in that way. I was really behind. Oh, not me. Okay. Not me. My bad. I still have a bit of everything's about me syndrome.
Still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Yeah, exactly. I never watched Chainsaw Man. The most recent thing I watched was Made in Abyss, which is really good. I have not seen the movie or the second season, but I watched the first season, and it was like the visuals were like, yes, like yes, this world. I want to explore this world, and I want to go down and see more of it. You know, that's pretty good. I like that. Again, the only thing is like the alarmingly large and completely random with no warning, you know, child suggestive scenes wasn't really, you know, like, I don't know, like, I was just like, you know, we're chilling on the couch and then it's just like random child suggestive scene. You're like, okay, I guess that's on the screen, thanks. And it's just like, that like literally lowers it by a whole point out of 10. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I hate that. It's not good.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
That's another reason, by the way, why I think my hand might be curling, is because I might just genuinely lack the control over my hand to get it to extend the way my right hand does. Because this has always been the case for me with Medium. But it felt really good yesterday. Like, yeah, it's still bending, but like I can control it. And I'm not at the point, like, I'm still playing maps and I just failed to read it, so I know there's still further for me to go. It's not like everything's physical, so it's like, I think images or music are a better art form for conveying a message. For me, music, definitely. That speaks to me so much more. Like, who was here for the Rain of Amethyst thing? Like, that painted a more vivid image than almost any photo that exists ever. Like, the things I saw were just like, I don't know. Hard to look at that and be like, yep. That means nothing. Like, I don't know. Like, that sort of stuff just, like, speaks to me. I have like 100 songs I can do exactly that with, by the way, because I love music and I love finding these songs that are like, you know. Do I like my life how it is right now? I do. I'm a lot happier than I used to be. It's hard to even really pinpoint why, I guess. I think something that helped me a lot, honestly, was waking up earlier. Even though I was like, before, I was like, oh, I don't need to wake up earlier. It doesn't matter, because I'll just stream whenever I wake up. Honestly, waking up at like, I'm waking up at like 8, 9, 10, 11. It's been a lot better. I've enjoyed having more hours in the day. A lot more than I thought. I'm glad that I ignored my conscience just doing it. The turning point for me was like, okay, so I had a really bad 2 months. There was blood on my stool. I never found out the reason. I was definitely sick with something. I had no energy for 2 months. And there was that happening. So some sort of internal bleeding. But the doctors couldn't figure out what was up with me until it's like, it doesn't happen anymore. So whatever was going on is not happening. Maybe some sort of bacterial infection in my lining. I don't know. There was something very wrong. My heartbeat, I was like, my heartbeat would like randomly spike up to like 180 sometimes. Really bad. And I'm not really used to that because like my resting heart rate's like 70 because I used to be a runner. But it was not good. Like there was something bad in me that wasn't just mental. And that was concerning to me. And the turning point for me, not in the actual like, yeah, it was really bad. Like something inside me was happening that was not good. Like physically not good. Because it was not ever related to my mental. Like, it was in the way that when it happened, I was obviously kind of freaked out. Because who wouldn't be? You're just sitting there and all of a sudden your heart rate goes over 180. It's for not, you know. Oh yeah, I'm so bad at it. I have to read lyrics in order to understand what they're saying. Unless I listen to this song 1 million times. I was a lot worse with it, though. I've been listening to rap pretty consistently for like a year and a half now, and I'm better at it than I used to be. In terms of listening to like actually what they're saying. Yeah, I was saying. So, I was in the ER for like, this was mid-December when I wasn't streaming. I was in the ER for like, I don't even know, like 18 hours or something, and they pretty much just told me, we don't know, there's nothing we can do for you, see ya. And I got back home, I slept at some random time, and I woke up at like 8 p.m. And I was just like, alright, I've let this slide for so long, you know, where I just keep letting it get worse and worse. And now I've woken up, and I'm looking at the clock, and it says 8 p.m. Like, that to me, just like, it just like, enough was enough. So I fixed it immediately from that point on. And it's really, the hardest part for me was 100% falling asleep. I think the thing that worked best for me is, it's such a, like, it's hard for me to do, for sure. Like, it's not easy for me to do it, but the main way I did it was like, it's so hard to describe. Like, there was all these like mental preparations I had to take to sleep. The no screens thing in bed does help a lot. I started doing that, but it wasn't enough. I had to just, like, it's so hard to describe. This is gonna get weird fast. So, how do I even do this? Like, literally, I don't know how to describe this. So, my strategy was, when I wanted to go to bed, I wouldn't look at screens for, like, an hour before. Yeah, it was like a ritual, the way I was doing it. I wouldn't look at screens for an hour before. I would just sit there. I would listen to soft music or whatever, because it's really hard for me to fall asleep because of, like, how active my brain is. And so I would eventually lay in bed after, like, an hour, and I would try to sleep. And this is where it gets weird. Okay, so when you're drifting into, like, subconscious, I started to see these, like, shapes and, like, these things that, and they don't really make much sense. But I don't know if anyone can relate to this. Like, as you're falling asleep, there's, like, this subconscious, like, these things keep appearing. They don't really appear, but, like, they're there. That makes no sense, but it's real. And my biggest problem was, like, focusing too much on these shapes, these, like, things that kept forming, and, like, whatever they are, like, I was paying too much attention to them. If you process that they exist, then you're gonna stay awake. That's the thing. Like, when you see these things, like I don't know, it's like, here's a beanstalk that's forming, and now it turns into a cloud, and then, like, it starts raining, and I'm like, hey, these things keep happening. And before, it's like, I wasn't really paying attention to them when I couldn't sleep, but, like, I was like, I guess I can't sleep because these things are happening. You can't sleep while these things are happening. I had to, like, figure out just, like, how to, like, coexist with these objects that kept existing in my vision. And eventually, after, like, an hour or so, I'd fall asleep if I just, like... Yeah, no, like, literally, like... I don't know why... I don't know why it happens. The problem is, to me, it's fascinating. Dude, I love it so much. Like, when it starts doing that, I'm like, yes, make the shapes. Like, let's see all the different... The problem is, that was the problem right there. Is I thought it was too cool. And if I thought it was too cool, I kept focusing on them. And then, if you focus on them, you stay awake because your brain's consciously processing them. So I had to learn to just... It's so weird. It's like, there's not even really a good word for it, but you just kind of just coexisted with the shapes, and just, like, you're just like, oh, it's happening, and just deal with it. It's just like, you don't process it. It's just, it's like when you watch a movie and you're falling asleep, so you're not processing anything. There's just colors happening on the screen. It's almost like you have to focus on something else when there's nothing else to focus on. There it is. That's the sentence right there. You have to focus on nothing while there's something. And that's how I learned to fall asleep, with, like, how my brain... Because I have a very hyperactive imagination, as you can clearly tell from what I just said. like what are the shapes forming? It gets really hard because if I get like really, like, deep into it. Like, I was at one point trying to fall asleep, and it literally just, like, showed me a 3D rendering of myself, and that reset all of my progress because that was too insane for me to see. Like, it literally, I was about to fall asleep, and then it just, like, cut to, like, it showing a 3D render of myself, and that was too much. That broke me there. I had to consciously focus on that. Like, there was no way I was letting that one. Like, I remember consciously thinking, just like, what? No, I can't ignore that one. Like, I can't. What the hell? Like, I was not able to ignore that one, and I had to reset the whole process. It just takes a lot of mental fortitude for me, I guess. No, this was like a month ago. I don't even know why I remember it. It was just so insane to me. I was just like, what the hell? It was so weird. I don't know why my brain does this. You want to see those things? I don't know. Yeah, I guess... I don't know, like, I don't think it's an autism thing. I think, right, like, you guys, a lot of you guys have said you see the shapes, right, when you're falling asleep, but you don't have anything. Like, oh. I think that's just, like, a really hyperactive imagination, I think. I don't see how that'd be really tied with autism, but I mean, I guess. No water. Yeah. I think, actually, I don't know, it may not actually be that much related to, it may not be, like, for the people that are just saying they can't see the shapes, how quickly do you fall asleep? That's the question, actually. Because I feel like the harder it is for you to fall asleep, the more likely you are to to see the shapes. I don't know. Maybe that's the way of the way. I see, yeah. Yeah, my inner dialogue goes crazy. When it comes to, like, autism and thoughts, the best way I can describe it is, like, so, of all the thoughts that flow into my brain, like, I'd say 25% fall into, like, the you can say this out loud without people thinking you're a psychopath category, and then there's the 75%, this thought makes no sense and you probably can't even describe it, so give up category. It's like, you know how, like, dark matter takes up most of the universe and we can't see it? That's, like, my thoughts, usually. But sometimes I'm just like, let's go. Let it rip.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a...
Not that I care. Like, I know no one's gonna be like, oh, you're so weird for that. Why would you say that? Or whatever. But it's just like, I don't want people to constantly just be like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's more fun for everyone if I make coherent sense. That's unfortunate you don't see the shapes. I mean, there's probably other ways to see the shapes, but I don't think they're legal. I imagine though that's all that is though, right? It probably just amplifies those shapes you're seeing, but just like, they're just like real in times 1,000. That's probably what it's like, I'd imagine. Like if you do something like shrooms and stuff like that. Because it's all your brain. It's not like the shrooms are doing anything. It's probably just that. But it's just like, wait, shrooms are legal in Colorado? What? I did not know we got that far. But yeah, I imagine that's what shrooms are, because they don't... All shrooms do is, like, mess with, like, the ways your neurons, like, talk, you know? So... probably... that's what it's like. It's just those indescribable shapes and patterns that you see, but just amplified by 1 billion... probably what it's like. So don't worry, if you don't see the shapes, there's probably a way to see exactly what I'm talking about, amplified by 20 billion.
Orbit after a ascent.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't really know how I feel about shrooms. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably doing. Like, I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. I mean, I'd have to do a lot of research into the risks. So. I'm not risking nothing for nothing. But I love exploring my brain. Fun. No, I'm not recommending... any drug is dangerous. I just know that psychedelics are usually not that dangerous. From, like, a physiological perspective. But no, they can definitely mess you up mentally. Like, I'm not down for that. Sure. That could be bad. Yeah, maybe if it was legal. I don't know. I could never imagine doing anything like heroin, though. I don't want my dopamine receptors to get fried. Who cares? I don't even think dopamine makes me feel good. Like, it does, but it doesn't. Does that make any sense?
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
It's like dopamine only makes me happy at the conscious level and nothing deeper. And that's it. But something like serotonin, I think that's what you get when, like... I mean, I hate to be, like... what's even the term when you repeat something over and over again? Is like, don't want to be a broken something. I don't know how I forgot it. It's definitely an easy phrase. But it's gone for some reason. Broken record. There we go. I don't know why that just wasn't happening. Yeah, I don't get any joy from, like... The thing is, like, I'm not... Okay. But for people that have, like, substance use issues or, like, addiction, I'm not saying, like, I'm not like, better than any of those people. I just think that the way my brain processes dopamine isn't like other people in that regard. Like, I don't think I've ever been addicted to anything. Because my brain, like... I don't like short-term things. I like the feeling of, like... I like the one that the other one does, serotonin, where it feels like... Fulfillment. That's what I like. Fulfillment is what I like. I mean, we're all addicted to chemicals in some way because that's all any of this is. That's life. All our life is just our brain going, alright, we think we need this chemical, so let's put it in the brain and then attach it to this, and then that's all any of it is. But I think the people that prefer how serotonin works on their brain rather than dopamine don't have addiction issues, and the opposite have addiction issues. I think that's how it works. If I had to guess. But I mean, we don't know anything about addiction. I'm just spitballing here. I'm a spitballer.
Space shuttle discovery.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess you could argue I'm addicted to serotonin, but that doesn't make any actual sense. You can't really be addicted to that. But I mean, I'm constantly, like, everything I do in my life is to, like, how do I describe it? It's just like, I want to feel like I'm working towards something that will take me a long time, and it's very difficult. I don't think it's an addiction, though. But also, it kind of is, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't feel fulfilled. And without fulfillment, I don't feel like there's any point. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess that's an addiction, but and then what point does that word lose its meaning? You know what I mean? Because you kind of, like, you almost need to be, like, addiction isn't the right word, though, is it? Like, that's what drive is. Addiction in a different coat. It's the same chemical.
Space shuttle discovery,
And you can make the argument, well, when you're addicted to stuff, you'll do anything for it. Even stuff like blah, 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 but isn't drive the same way? I've done stuff that I do because I really just genuinely, like, want that feeling that I'll just, like, like, the risks I'll take are crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Where does that line get drawn there? You know what I mean? It's so hard to say. My desire to, like, push my mental as far as I can, like, I've definitely hurt myself in that way before, but also I'm gonna keep doing it because I just really just genuinely enjoy pushing my mental and improving my mental and going to new places I haven't been before. My mental, like, I love all that. And then at one point, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. In that way, I am addicted to the grind. I'm dependent on the grind. And I know that's true, because when I was moving here, and I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't working towards anything, I felt so lifeless. You know what I mean? So I am 100% addicted to the grind. So I guess I can't say I haven't been addicted before, but also, what is life without that drive? I don't know. Yeah, but then that also gets applied to food and breathing. But, well, no, then you die. If you didn't, I guess.
Space shuttle discovery, still on its
Technically, I could live my life just fine without grinding out something, but I couldn't imagine it. You know what I mean? Like, never. I don't know. The thing is, though, I think with addiction,
Still on its way to orbit after a
you want to improve your life somehow. You want to be like, I want to get out of this. Just start living my real life. But this feels like my real life to me. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine a life without a grind, without some sort of
discovery,
giant goal to work on. So maybe that's what separates it from an addiction. I think most people that are addicted to stuff, but that's not always true. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Discovery,
but anyway, in my case, I don't think I'm going to do anything about it anytime soon. I think it's just how my brain chemistry is. But I imagine that's how other people feel addicted to substances. Like, that's just how they feel about it. How I feel about the grind. You know what I mean? Like, you just need it, or there's no point to any of it. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, the thing is, I'm able to go on vacation and socialize just fine. I don't have a problem with that. But even when I'm on vacation, I'm constantly thinking, ooh, I'm excited to get back and then work on this new thing I'm thinking about doing. Like, I think that's just who I am.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
That's another point against it not being an addiction, I guess. It's just, I've taken no chemicals that would change or alter how I am, if that makes sense. And if you think about it, what all an addiction is your brain chemistry's been shifted by some sort of chemical. Even like gambling is still being shifted by some chemical, right? In order for it to be a new normal, but your brain's always doing something like that. So in that way, like, this is just what my default brain has wanted. I didn't shift my brain chemistry to want something different than what it's always wanted from the very start. So in that way, I'm just living my life. Okay, that's my grand conclusion. If you've been taking no chemicals to alter the way what your brain wants, then really what your brain wants is just what you want. So at the end of the day, that's just it, I guess. You know? No, I can't. For some reason, I'm not here today. I'm not present with this level. But the thing is, if you do stuff like cocaine because you think you crave it at the start, really your brain's craving something else, isn't it? You're trying to find something to fill that hole.
Still on its way to orbit after a
I guess the better way of saying is our brains all have chemicals we want more of, you know? And some of us choose things that aren't the best for us to fill those holes.
Still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
That's how it is. Anyway, I think I'm done because I've been fighting the urge to throw up for about like 50 minutes, so I think I'm just gonna go do that. I'm just gonna get it over with. It's just not fun right now, man, to just like deal with it. I know. I'm just so nauseous. I don't even know why. I guess I'm just a lot of mucus happens. Oh, I'm going to. It's gonna make me feel a hell of a lot better. Look, I don't think you understand how long I've been dealing with like stomach problems. Like, this is just an average. This just happens. It's fine. It's whatever. It is whatever. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll eat food, and I'll have new stuff in my gut, and it'll feel a lot better. But yeah, I'm sorry. I think I was just too nauseous overall I mean, I can remember teeth after it's fine. I think I was just too nauseous to really focus on it, and I was having more fun talking about. I think I'm getting too deep in my head, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I like it, but I feel like people are gonna stop watching because that's like all I talk about. But I'm just really fascinated about it right now. That's all. You know? I don't know what the limit gets drawn. I'll try to. I don't know. I think that everything's good in moderation. You know what I mean? And that's what it really comes down to. I'll try to moderate. Yeah, literally, I'm talking about the human mind all the time. I'm just so fascinated about it right now, man. And that's what I'm just like, autism hyperfixation on the mind right now. Like, everything I do, even off stream, I'm constantly thinking about it. I just really like it, but I'll try to like diversify when I'm talking about it a bit more. I'll do my best, just for the sake of like, you know, because a lot of people that's awesome for them and that's what they want. But some people don't like that as much, so I want to try to cater to as many people as I can. So I'll try. Anyway, hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun today. I'll see you guys either tomorrow or the next day. Maybe I'll work on the project, maybe not. It all depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, had a great time today, guys. I'll see you.